Join me for an unboxing because Renee from Mrs. Benny's Boutique has done it again. If this is the first video of mine you're seeing, my name is Samantha. I'm the owner and artist of a small business called Little Small & Co. And alongside my own art as well as my events division called Little Garden Gatherings, I also have an artisan collective called Once in a Little Blue Moon, where I work with artisans from all over the world who make eco-friendly products, and I bring them to you so that you can collect them, and the investment that you make in the items, the majority of it, the lion's share, goes right back to the artisan that made it, because why am I taking money for something that I didn't myself make? It doesn't make any sense. Today, we are doing an unboxing because I am collaborating with Renee from Mrs. Benny's Boutique. She is going to be making a candle, and then whichever one we choose for the collaboration, I will then use some of the ingredients to make a fairy house. So it'll be fully immersive. You will be able to look at the fairy house and say, oh, look at the shells, look at the moss, look at all of this. But then you'll also be able to smell it. How cool is that? I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, Renee uses all natural materials. Like all of my artisans, like I said, everyone is eco-friendly as possible, making sure that everything is sourced sustainably and responsibly, and we are all tracing all of our things right back to the origin as best we can. So what I love so much about Renee is she's so polished. She has been doing this for a long time, especially when it comes to mixing scents. And I'm telling you, this woman knows her stuff. Her candles, as well as her lotions, but we'll just talk about candles. It's the perfect mixture. It's not too powerful. It doesn't have that like chemically kind of like, it doesn't give you a headache. She's just an expert at what she does. So let's get into it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ones that we need to smell. So let's start with Forest Floor. Oh my. This smells like two things for me. Here's what it's pulling. So it's pulling pine, balsam, and maybe a slight sandalwood, but not too much. You know, when you go up to the attic and you get your Christmas decorations and you bring them down and you're so excited, you start ripping open the containers and you get that first waft of balsam and fir and pine. That's what this is. But it's very light. It smells very fresh. It's like a light, like elevated pine. I really like this. Okay. The second one that we are going to smell is called Smoky Mountains. Oh my gosh. Wow. Renee has a knack for making a lot of very handsome scents. And that's why, like when she makes these different products, she mixes them up and then she tests them for literal months before she ever releases them to the public. And something that I really appreciate about Renee is that she's always keeping like everyone's houses in mind, so that everything that she makes really it's built for everyone. It's gender neutral. It's familiar, but also a little bit new and exciting. I don't know. She's a genius, but oh my gosh, this smells okay. I definitely can smell the smoke. I love a smoky candle. I can also smell a little bit of either like vanilla bean something, but very, very light vanilla bean. It also, it almost smells like, when you go to like your rich aunt's house and she's like, oh yes, and you'll be sleeping in the guest room, and you open the door and like there's a beautiful duvet and all these like throw pillows in the room. She's opened the window for you so the air is circulating, and she lives on the coast, but like she has the forest behind her house, and you just get that smell of like the outdoors, but in the evening. That's what this smells like. It also smells kind of like a cozy library. Okay, next we have Cypress Fir. Ooh, wait a minute. This is interesting. Hold on. This is a little spicy, but it almost is giving cologne to me. Yeah, it's giving like beachfront bungalow cologne, but like with spice. What am I smelling? The first thing that comes to my mind is cayenne pepper. I don't know if that makes any sense. I feel like Renee is going to watch this and be like, Samantha's nose is broken. But that's okay. That's okay. I like this. This is very unique. I would go as far as to say I've never smelled anything like this in my life. That's interesting. Okay. This is Bayberry Woods. All right. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Okay. This reminds me of the blackberry sage candle I have of Renee's. It's right over, it's behind the tissue paper. I burn it every day. It's one of those candles where you open it up and at first you're like, oh, it smells it's a little sweet. Okay, so we're doing some, some citrus and some like fruity notes. Okay, but then you burn it and it is the most wonderful. It's just very light, very delicate. It's just a little hint of something, and like you leave the room or whatever and then you come back and you can just kind of smell it, just a whisper of a something. This reminds me of that. It definitely, I'm picking up a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of lavender, definitely bayberry. And you know what? It kind of smells a little bit oaky. It sort of smells, hold on. This is Renee's lotion. This is the sage and oak lotion. Yes, it smells similar to this. Okay, so the sage and oak lotion, it has, all the wonderful things: safflower seed oil, shea butter, vitamin E, vitamin A, aloe, etc., marigold extract. But then she also does, it's chamomile, comfrey root, cucumber, and like, I don't know, something else. I don't know, but it the same thing for the lotion where it smells very familiar, but it also smells really unique. It reminds me of this. Oh, I like that. Okay. And then finally, we have, I can't read this, white birch. It rubbed off. That's okay. We are A/B testing. These are the samples. This is not what Renee's packaging looks like. We are on boots on the ground. Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me wipe my hands off. Let me cover them up. I want to smell the candle and not the delicious lotion. Okay, hold on. This is Christmas. This is walk into the house after a long day, light this up, boil some water for pasta, get some tea going, have a couple slices of cheese, and pop in a Nancy Meyers film. Wow. Because, when you think about Christmas scents, sometimes they can be a little bit powerful and you can kind of open them and think, oh gosh, well, maybe I'll just burn this in the bathroom so I don't accost my guests with smell as they walk in. This is not that. This is like, oh, your house smells so lovely. This is that. Okay, now, with all that being said, which one am I going to choose for our collaboration? Are we going nice, light, fruity every day? Are we doing welcoming Christmas? Are we doing deep in the forest? Are we doing handsome library, bar, lounge at night? Or are we doing beachfront cologne? This is very interesting. I think this is a definite because I've never smelled anything like it before. So cypress fir. This I also think would be very popular because, again, it's just so unique. Yeah. Okay, now, I like them all, but I don't know. Drop a comment though. Let me know what types of scent notes you look for in your candles or oils or anything like that. I'm always interested. A lot of people say, like, I don't like vanilla, but I really like lavender. I don't, I never thought about citrus. I never thought about grapefruit. I only thought about lemon. Like, let me know. I'd love to know, like, what kinds of things you guys look for, especially because, like, a lot of the times we're shopping online, so you can't smell it in person. What is your go-to scent, like bergamot or whatever, that no matter what, is always going to smell great? All right, so definitely these two. These are just so unique. Ooh, God. This is sexy, y'all. Okay, so now we're down to these three. I think I'm going to have Bayberry Woods be a year-round order for me. I think this is just going to be what we always have on hand, because this, to me, is seasonless, and I like that. So now we're down to Forest Floor and White Birch. I think the winner for the collaboration is Forest Floor. I think this one smells the most traditionally Christmassy without being too overbearing. I think that the White Birch is beautiful, and I would love to... I think what I'll do is I'll hold this one back for the website predominantly, but I'll order a few to put in stores so that people can kind of smell, and I'll write those descriptions too. All right, Forest Floor is the winner. And then you know what I'll pair with these? I mean, I'll just have a standalone, or maybe I'll do... Wow. It's just so interesting. Based on first impressions, I think I'll stick with this. I think I'm gonna keep Smoky Mountains, but I'm gonna package this differently. And Cypress Fir, I'm gonna do something with these, because I'm coming out with a book in the fall. I'm gonna do something with these, but I think for the collab with the Fairy House, I think it's Forest Floor. Very cool. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's like, like, I can't smell him through the phone. I know that. But thank you so much. This is like, when I talk about... When I talk about being an artistpreneur, people, like, don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And, like, this is one of the things I do. I get in samples, I smell them, and then I select the best one. So anyways, you can learn more about my business as a whole at littlesmallandco.com. Make sure that you're following me here and everywhere, all over social media. I am on Reddit. I am terrified of Reddit. People over on Reddit are very judgmental and gatekeepy, but I'm there anyway. So... follow me, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks so much. Bye.